The Sport Badminton Federation of Nigeria announces preparation ahead Olympics in Los. Now the details. I am Taiwo Baruwa. In a decisive move to restore free vehicular movement, sanity, and ensure compliance with Lagos State traffic and environmental laws, the Lagos State Task Force has conducted a successful enforcement operation at Ikotu bus stop opposite Irekodun Market along Idimu Road, where street traders and commercial buses, popularly referred to as Danfo, had caused untold traffic inconveniences to BRT buses, motorists and pedestrians plying the roads. The operation, which was led by the chairman of the agency, Adetayo Akiri, extended to Ikotu round along Ijegun Road and addressed long-standing complaints about street trading on the curb and walkways, illegal parking, and commercial vehicles on the axis. The exact initiative to observing feedback mechanism swiftly cleared the BRT corridor and walkways that had turned the roads into bottlenecks. He said the operation, which will also be extended to other nooks and crannies of the state, marks a significant shift towards maintaining order and ensuring motorists and passengers spend less time on the roads in this area. Akirili assured residents that the Lagos State Task Force remains committed to sustaining this correction currently being carried out by the agency. Lagos State has emerged overall winner at the National Junior Engineers, Technicians and Scientists JETS competition, having won 26 trophies and 26 medals comprising 14 first positions, 6 second positions and 6 third positions in the junior and senior categories. Commissioner for Basic and Secondary Education Jamiu Ali Balogun said JETS competition, introduced in 1987 by the Federal Ministry of Education in its efforts to popularize technology and science education among students nationwide, is an organ that harmonizes classroom and laboratory experience with extracurricular out-of-class student activities, thus bridging the gap between theory and practice during the competition. Ali Balogun said for Lagos State, the selection process of students commences with online registration for both the senior and junior categories. He noted that the preliminary process produced a total of 600 students from public and private schools, from which the best 60 students proceeded to the second stage, receiving the trophies and medals. In his office, Ali Balogun, who was elated, showered encomium on the young leaders and encouraged them not to rest on their oars. The Nigerian Navy's Forward Operating Base (FOB) at the quarters of Ibaka in Mbo local government of Akwa Ibom State has smashed a syndicate specializing in smuggling petroleum products and other contraband goods to Cameroon and other countries within Gulf of Guinea region. Those arrested included 3 suspected oil thieves carrying 2,000 liters of premium motor spirit, popularly known as petrol, and 1,000 cartons of beer for onward transmission to the neighboring Republic of Cameroon. Commanding officer of the base, Uche Aneke, said this while handing over the suspect the seized items and other essential goods worth millions of naira to the officials of the Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) Akwa Ibom Command. Aneke said the suspects were arrested while on a routine night patrol in Mbo River during a stop-and-search operation. He warned individuals or groups involved in smuggling or any form of crime activity within Nigeria's waters to desist immediately or be made to face the full wrath of the law when apprehended. Now to the rest of the stories. The National Examinations Council, NECO, says it has accredited more foreign schools to write the Senior School Certificate Examination (SSCE) and the Basic Education Certificate Examination (BECE). The examination body explained that the action was part of its determination to broaden its horizons and expand its global presence, saying the newly accredited schools, in addition to the existing ones, are in Niger Republic and Equatorial Guinea. Acting Head of Information and Public Relations, Aziz Sani, in a statement said NECO accreditation team visited the schools to assess their readiness to write the examinations. He stated that the accreditation of additional foreign schools is a testament to NECO's commitment to providing quality education and assessment beyond the shores of Nigeria. President Bola Tinubu and his wife Oluremi have departed Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, after participating in the 2024 G20 Leaders Summit. During the summit, held from Monday, November 18 to Tuesday, November 19, Tinubu engaged in bilateral discussions to advance Nigeria's socio-economic reforms. The G20 summit, hosted by Brazilian President Lula da Silva, focused on the theme Building a Just World and a Sustainable Planet. The discussions addressed sustainable development in economic, social, and environmental dimensions, global governance reforms, climate change, and the digital economy. The meeting brought together leaders from the world's top 20 economies, including the European Union, the African Union, and the multi-financial institutions, among others. The G20 comprises 19 member countries, including Argentina, Australia, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Mexico, the Republic of Korea, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, the UK, and the US, along with the European Union. The United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, has called on government to include climate action into the education curriculum, thereby empowering children with information they need to survive and thrive. Chief of the UNICEF Field Office for Southwest Nigeria, Celine Lafaucrier, made the call in Lagos to mark the World Children's Day, a global day for advocacy on children's rights. UNICEF, in collaboration with the Lagos State Ministry of Youth and Social Development and the Solution 17 initiative, brought together children and young people across Lagos to highlight their creative expressions and leadership in addressing climate change, to illustrate how young voices are instrumental in shaping the sustainable future of the planet. Lafaucrier noted that Nigeria is amongst the 3 countries in the world that are the most impacted by climate change, stating that 100 million of Nigeria's population are under the age of 18, considered as children and adolescents, and they are all affected by the huge climate change consequences. According to her, urgent action must be taken for every child to be able to live a healthy planet and to be protected from climate change. On his part, Lagos State Commissioner for Youth and Social Development, Babalaji Ogunlende, said the ministry, in its responsibility and alliance to the vision of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, would continue to be in the forefront of ensuring a safe environment for children. Ogunlende, who was represented by a director in the ministry, Adenike Obilano, said the global celebration symbolizes unity and commitment of world leaders to protect children's rights around the world, noting that children deserve the best. For adequate survival, development, protection, and participation matters that affect them. In foreign news, society members from across the world, including from the Africa Make Big Polluters Pay (MBPP), have held a people's plenary themed Pay Up, Stand Up, Finance Climate Action, Not Genocide at the COP29 United Nations Climate Talks, which ended on Friday in Baku, Azerbaijan. In a unified voice, participants condemned the injustice perpetrated by the global north, including neocolonialism, genocide, and the excessive reliance on fossil fuel. They affirmed their commitment to fighting for a better world. The plenary featured climate activists from indigenous communities, women's groups, labor unions, and people with disabilities, among others, from both the global south and north, standing together for a more equitable world. Gathered in the Caspian Plenary Hall, just outside the negotiation rooms where world leaders failed to reach a global climate finance deal, Participants displayed and read out the names of Palestinians killed in Israel's war in Gaza and Lebanon and the war in Sudan. They also demanded an end to ecocide worldwide. In sport now, the Badminton Federation of Nigeria, BFN, is looking forward to a podium finish at the next Olympic Games holding in Los Angeles in 2028. The athlete-focused Badminton Confederation Africa program, tagged Road to LA 2028, is expected to ginger the Nigerian and other African badminton players to aim for higher achievement at the next Olympics. According to BFN President Francis Obi, building an Olympic contender, let alone a champion, is not an overnight venture. Obi said the program is aimed at propelling African and Nigerian badminton to new heights. That's it on the news at 6, but just before we go, your vehicle is not a strong room. Please keep your vehicles current. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X at Traffic Radio 961, Facebook Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio at 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that under the Sanwo-Olu administration, over 1,000 indigent residents benefited from the state's mega empowerment program, starter parks, which include grinding machines, barbing tools, air dryers, sewing machines, and Android phones? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Task Force has conducted a successful enforcement operation at Ikotun bus stop opposite Irekodun Market along Idimo Road, where street traders and commercial buses, popularly referred to as Danfo, has caused untold traffic inconveniences to BRT buses, motorists, and pedestrians plying the roads. The National Examinations Council, NECO, has accredited more foreign schools to write the Senior School Certificate Examination, SSCE, and the Basic Education Certificate Examination, BECE. We also told you that society members from across the world, including from the Africa Make Big Polluters Pay, MBPP, have held a people's plenary theme, Pay Up, Stand Up, Finance Climate Action, Not Genocide, at the COP29 United Nations Climate Talks, which ended on Friday in Baku, Azerbaijan. Finally, in sport, the Badminton Federation of Nigeria is looking forward to a podium finish at the next Olympic Games holding in Los Angeles in 2028. For contacts with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adirayo Idowalaya. I am Taiwo Baruwa. Thank you for listening. Good evening.
Your home for timely